Oh.
This is like his third time now. Like, Hodor's just like, whenever he wants to enter Fortnite, you know, he just gets into Hodor. Hodor's like a video game. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are getting into the Game of Thrones finale of Season 4. This is Episode 10, The Children. I'm super excited to get into this, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more if you're not already. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Zay, what do you remember previously before we get into this?
Yeah, most of the episode was focused on the arrival of Mance and, you know, his...
I mean, not even most. I mean, the whole episode took place at the wall.
Yeah, it was focused on Mance arriving. Pretty intense battle. I didn't think it was going to go that way. I certainly thought Mance was going to end up, like, completely overpowering them and absolutely annihilating them. But they put up a good fight.
But they, remember that there's only, like... That was only for the night. Mance recalled,
right?
Tested their defenses, and
doesn't
now,
he have another? He has another army coming, basically, or basically sending another wave.
Yeah, they're going to. Yeah,
so,
but Jon decided
he's
gonna go try to kill him.
Yeah, he's gonna. Which I'm not gonna say it's the smartest decision. However, you know, I just don't want to see Jon die, man. That's another one of my favorite characters, and I've been getting heartbroken every single time I say that. But yeah, Jon's gonna attempt to try to chop the head off the snake. Hopefully that disperses them. If he does succeed, maybe he sacrifices himself in exchange for Mance's life, and that results in them being protected. Or, I didn't get what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that the White Walkers and stuff were gonna end up at the wall at the same time, but perhaps that might end up occurring during maybe this episode or a future episode involving Mance attacking the wall. And then obviously I remember previously too, the Viper lost to the Mountain. The one scene that I remembered, and man, when I saw it again, I was just like, it's just the worst. You know what was bad about it though? The worst part is knowing that Tyrion, one of the characters I actually like, it was for his life. And now that I know that context, it hurt a lot more. Before I just saw it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Now I'm like, dude, fuck. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen with him now. Like, I mean, naturally assume, I guess, he's dead. I mean, he's, sentenced to death technically. So
we'll have to find out. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. That's a nice little recap. Let's just get right into it. Ha ha!
It's a bold ass move. You don't know if they're hiding somewhere. Like, you don't know how far they camped away or anything. You're just walking into what could be death.
Kind of doesn't give a shit though.
Clearly not.
Looks like could be his plan.
You're wearing a black cloak again.
I've been sent to negotiate with you.
Man, I gotta say though, he could have snapped his neck or something right there.
We'll drink to her.
I wouldn't drink that.
No, why not?
At all.
You don't trust him? You don't trust the leader of the enemy that you're fighting?
Winter is coming. And if my people aren't south of the wall when it comes in earnest, we'll all end up worse than dead. You want to strike a bargain with me? Here's the bargain.
He's got a reason.
You go back, you open the gates to us, and I swear to you that no one else will die.
People at the wall, they're not going to agree to that. What the fuck?
Uh-oh. What could be happening here, Zay?
The White Walkers. I didn't get to see the banner. It popped up really quickly.
Oh shit.
Well, so much for Mance's raid on the wall again. Not looking too hot. He's just lost right now what to do. Oh.
It's Stannis and Davos.
Yes, Davos and Stannis. In order of importance, of course.
In order of alphabetical order.
In order of who I like better, thus importance.
What an idiot.
I said stand down, now you're laying down in the grave. Like,
Kneel when surrendering to a king.
Think he'll do it?
no, why would you? You're outside the wall.
We do
Like-
not kneel.
Also that.
Burn the dead before nightfall. All of them.
Oh.
I mean, you do remember that the Red Woman and Davos said this is more important. We need to go.
Yeah. Shit's ramping up.
Someone awful is coming to take him away.
No.
Joffrey is. Marjorie will dig her claws in. You will dig
interesting,
your claws in, and
this
you'll fight over
dynamic
him
between
like
these
beasts
two.
until you rip him apart. I will burn our house to the ground before I let that happen.
How will you do that?
I'll tell everyone the truth.
Are you and Jamie?
Everything they say is true about Jamie and me.
No,
Your legacy is a lie.
He's like, fuck out of here.
believe you.
No. Not true.
Yes, you do.
Damn, yo.
I'd kill her
Look, she,
and let Tyrion go. Eye for
he
an eye,
cares
right?
about his family still. Well, I mean, I guess not so much about Tyrion, but
A winged shadow. He came from the sky and
how are you gonna pay that 3 times over?
my little girl.
The dragon. That's basically in the dragon. One of the dragons killed it, right?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just making sure I'm not like misconstruing what that is.
Yeah.
That's definitely a burnt charcoal child.
yeah. Your dragon, the black one, came down and burned my child. That's basically.
Oh,
what you
this
said.
it came from the sky. The black one. Okay. God, they're fucking crazy looking.
Yeah.
Like, so these two are the more, it seems like, tame ones that follow her, but then the black one, who
Yeah,
also
these two definitely seem to be more the submissive ones.
who we said, I think, or I mentioned, I think the black one seems like more like the alpha. He's the one that's
Right.
like straying away. He was the one that roared in her face. That's an awful feeling.
Yeah.
It's like having to send your kids away to prison. 'Cause
Yeah.
they committed a crime. It's like, or murder.
But it's not even like that. It's even worse than that because this is natural for them. This isn't like your kid. If your kid commits a murder, that's not natural. That's not okay. Dragons do this. Like that's part of a dragon's life. Like,
Yeah, but not necessarily murdering a human. I mean, she's been training them since birth. She's expecting them to. No one expects their kid to go out and kill somebody. That's like your kid's a hunter. You train him to be like, hunt deer and stuff, and then he goes and like just decides to slay a bunch of people. You're like, I mean, I get what you're saying though, but either way,
I think this is worse because they're not like they're still dragons, like Jorah was saying. This isn't like
they just can't comprehend that. Like,
yeah, they're not
do.
even if they grew up, they're not like, oh, person, no murder person. Like what part of their
That's like your
growing
dog
up
thinking someone's an attacker biting him, and they're like, we have to put it down, and you're like he doesn't
kind of, but it's more like if you had a wolf with you and your wolf killed somebody, it's like you can't train more like a lion. You can't train your lion to not kill somebody. If he kills somebody, it doesn't matter. It's terrible.
people would argue that you should understand the repercussions of owning a creature like that. That there's always that natural instinct.
Oh yeah, you're right, and that's what Jorah was
So.
trying to say.
Oh God, she freaks me out still.
She's eyeing him down, yo.
She loved you.
Mm.
Told you? No.
I mean, she decided to let him live on multiple occasions. That must suck, though.
What? Burning her?
I mean, just seeing her dead body.
Oh.
Look, Judgeon, look!
Oh, the tree.
They're there.
But how far do they have to go? Because I'm waiting for the shot to pan out and show me like the distance. You know, sometimes they show shit and it's like,
That's
oh,
a great shot, though.
that's a really cool shot. They're pretty close, actually. Closer than I thought they were, but still kind of a hike. Start yanking the hand. Hit the hands. The things are. Oh man, y'all fucked.
Hodor!
Help them!
Hodor!
Yeah, fucking yeah.
Oh, dude, could you imagine being... You can't even move, and one is just coming at you?
I would just like. I would try my best. Get him. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love the direwolves. Damn. Oh.
This is like his third time now. Like, Hodor's just like... Whenever he wants to enter Fortnite, you know, he just gets into Hodor. Hodor's like a video game. It's good. I mean, he's saving Hodor's life.
It's becoming a chore at this point. He's like, fucking hold on. Fucking save this guy.
Save yourself! Now!
How is he gonna do that? He can't walk.
He probably means like use Hodor.
Oh.
Dude, just that slow stabbing is so creepy, bro.
Come with me, Brandon Stark.
Who the fuck? Who is this? Why does she have bomb arrows? Oh, she killed him. Was she mercy kill him?
Yeah, yeah. She wasn't.
Direwolf's
So
like,
they can't burn his body.
right. The direwolf's like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Just hauling ass in that tunnel.
Oh, she came in clutch. Body burnt now.
Bro, could you imagine seeing like your loved one? You're like, let me just look back one more time, and fucking poof, we'd be like, excuse me? What the fuck was that?
Who are you?
The first men called us the children.
So they're the children of the forest.
What the fuck? Bro, I feel like I'm playing like Resident Evil or something. I don't like this. I hate when people run forward ahead of you and you're like left back.
He died so you could find what you have lost.
You're going to help me walk again.
No.
You'll never walk again. You will fly.
There you
What?
go. Okay.
Wait a minute. I'd be like, fuck my legs. You fucking talking about? That shit was so funny. You'll never walk. Just the depression would have been like, oh.
You're Arya Stark.
Oh shit.
I'm not paid by the Lannisters.
No. Fancy sword you got there. Where'd you get it?
About that.
Bloody Gate's 10 miles.
I swore to your mother by the old
I
gods
don't
and the
care
new.
what you swore.
You had the girl. She's not coming with you.
She is.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I'm half and half because it's like they're both not wrong. Like it's,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just a coincidence that they ran to under these circumstances. Hound's beating her ass though. Damn. This is a cool fight scene though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Two big ass characters.
Yeah.
And the cinematography is great, like where they're fighting.
It is.
Yeah, this is a dope fight.
Not a huge fan of all the cuts though.
Yeah,
Throughout it.
pretty cutty, pretty
A
cutty.
little too much.
Yeah, I agree. When you're fighting someone and they do that shit, you fucking run.
I dropped the sword, but I just fucking have it. She punched him in the balls?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a cheap shot.
What?
Oh, he kicked her in the cooter. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
Mike Tyson? Jesus Christ. What is happening? No!
Hey. I mean, look. Sometimes you gotta take advantage of your environment.
But did he die?
It didn't look good.
It didn't look good, but it didn't look like he died.
I don't know. I mean, I very well know. But I
Sorry,
won't
she's in
tell
the
you.
middle of slitting Podrick's throat. You'll find her in a little bit.
Why weren't you watching her?
I was watching you. I thought you might need some help.
Which way, Pod? Which way did she go?
He can't win.
Arya! Arya!
Could you imagine being that close to Brienne? She was like right there. It's like almost like playing Jump King or something and getting to the very top and then falling all the way to the bottom again. Like she finally found Arya. I mean, she's been looking for Sansa and Arya this whole time.
Right. And then not even being believed, like, yo, no, I really am like trying to protect you.
Right.
Like that would have been a crazy squad to have. All four of them. That's two really good knights.
Yeah.
Two really good knights, a girl that's like a fucking ninja, and then Podrick.
Ooh.
That looks bad.
Do it.
Man. Whew. Yeah. Now it doesn't seem like they might have any more dialogue. I love this dynamic flip you almost get where like Arya was a young panicky girl, like, you know, so nervous about everything.
She's taking his gold.
She is ice cold.
Look how cold she is now.
And he's begging.
Yeah, begging to be killed. And she's like, nah, you can die here slowly.
It's like the scared child became the adult and the adult became the scared child because the Hound probably, although he always was ready probably to face death, he probably never thought he would.
He's not afraid of death. He's afraid of staying alive right now. He's like, please fucking kill me. I'm suffering. I'm bleeding out.
Right. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that like you have this scared child that's now become like this ice cold, like,
yeah.
Like, no, you're fine.
The galley's waiting in the bay bound for the Free City.
Who's helping you?
Varys.
Varys.
You have more friends than you thought.
Oh, shit.
Please make it. Oh, bro, Cersei cuts this off. Oh my god, I'll send hate mail to that actress now. Totally a joke. Totally a joke, guys. Totally a joke.
I suppose this is goodbye then.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking heartwarming.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome. All right, well, a little much.
No, that's not much. It was on the cheek. And he likes his siblings.
That's why it's a little much.
Damn, this must be fucking awful. Oh my gosh.
Not gonna lie. She walked in, she said, Tywin, my line. I would have, dog. I would have been like, who? Bro. Now go. Run.
Could you imagine having to kill her, though? Even though she did that, like, that was the one person I think he loved more than anybody else ever.
Loved and trusted, probably.
Yeah.
You know? Is he going to go try to kill his father?
You've wanted me dead. I'll never let ill in pain take your head. You're a Lannister.
Do you believe him?
Oddly, I do.
Shay. Tyrion. Put down that crossbow. Murdered her.
Oh, no.
She was a fool.
Not again.
And what? You'll kill your own father in the privy? No. You're my son. We'll go back to my chambers and speak with some dignity. I can't go back there. She's in there. Are you afraid of a dead whore?
He said, fucking say it again.
You shot me.
No shit, Sherlock. Obviously.
Well, he's in shock. He
I have always been your son.
That was too crazy.
You got the Reigns of Castamere playing in the background.
Three crazy deaths.
Yeah.
Well, Hound we
Just
can't
this
confirm,
episode.
but Hound we can assume. I mean,
Right.
you can't confirm technically, I guess, Tywin either, but it looks pretty much like he's dead.
Right.
But at least Shay, that was a major character development for Tyrion. He's cold-blooded. Arya's cold-blooded.
It's like his true
reasoning.
colors came out. Like at the court, he told everybody, "I wish you would all be dead." And it's not like he's not like a serial killer. He's just this pent up anger that he's had
Of
this
always
whole
being
time.
made fun of and everything. He's always been, the imp, this, that. Yeah, bro. At some point, it's like you're gonna push this kid till he snaps, or this man.
Yeah.
He dealt with
and
it
he
his
snapped.
whole life.
He could have left. He went back. He went back inside the dorms, and then he saw fucking Shay call Tywin his lion, and at that point, it was over. It was over.
At that point, he was like, I can't trust anybody.
And Shay tried to kill him first. Shay grabbed the fucking
She grabbed a
sword.
knife because she was like, I know what's about to probably knew what was about to happen.
Yeah.
I could work scrubbing the floors.
I'm not going north, child. I'm going home.
Where's home?
The free city of Braavos.
I have something else.
More silver won't make a difference.
It's not silver.
Valamogulis.
How did you?
Valar Morghulis.
How do I this? You shall have a cabin.
Bet.
That shit's power. I want one of those
Dude,
coins.
goosebumps,
Shit.
bro. Goosebumps.
Dude,
She's
imagine,
heading
like,
to Braavos.
Dude, imagine
That's-
going somewhere. That's like going to a plane, right? It's like we're going to Italy. It's like, I want to get on. No, and you show them a coin. They're like, you shall have a mansion.
Yeah.
In all the fine dining, immediate first class. Like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Another really cool shot.
Oh, great shot. And that background music is beautiful. All right. That was Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 10, The Children. Probably definitely one of my favorite finales. And I don't know for sure if it is my favorite, but it is an amazing finale.
I was going to say that was probably my favorite finale so far.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that. If you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. The link for that will be in the description. With that being said, Isaiah, what are your initial thoughts before we get into the Q&A of what you just saw?
Yeah, probably my favorite finale. That was the first finale I feel like that I've seen that like doesn't compare to like a penultimate, I would say, because well, you could argue because like it's not like some major battle.
But if
I
you
would
compare
say
it to the
content,
the penultimate
the,
of this season,
I'll say the content to like a lot of the penultimates, like these like crazy dramatic scenes, but the content that they provided, a lot of the like major plot developments that occurred in this, I'd put it up there with the penultimate. I put that up as one of my favorite episodes easily, even with the penultimates included. I would.
I think the highlight of this episode was I think this might have been what you mean by plot development, but like the character arcs and kind of where they're heading now.
Right. The character arcs and where
ending.
they're pushing character arcs, where stuff's getting pushed to now. Like there was a lot developed just throughout the whole, like a lot of major things occurred. I mean, like we'll get into the post Q&A, but like between Arya now going to Braavos, you know, Dany having to secure up her dragons, Tyrion killing his father, and shit. Like there was a lot that happens. Like it's like, yeah, it's character development, but like also holy shit, like the plot thickens with a lot of these characters now. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, this is one of the best finales of the show. And it was so awesome to watch it again. With that being said, let's get into the Q&A. You know, first off, we start at the wall and we have you know, Jon trying to convince Mance, like, you know, I'm here for negotiating. Really, he's trying to kill Mance, but Mance even offers him. Mance says, "Let us in, and we won't kill anybody." I mean, you can't blame him. He's afraid of the White Walkers. He's trying to get the wildlings on the other side of the wall, and they're not letting them get into that side. So you can't blame him for trying to start a war. But eventually, his proposal really doesn't matter now because Stannis shows up and pretty much stops the wildlings from continuing their attack on the wall.
Right.
And now they have Mance as prisoner, and you know, Tormund is prisoner. So what are your thoughts on that whole situation now? Stannis being kind of with the Night's Watch, and how you think that might play out in the future going forward.
So to start, I think Jon said his plan was to kill Mance. I don't think it ever was his plan from the way that it went about.
Well, I'm pretty sure he reached for his sword, and then everybody pulled out their swords, and Mance was like,
possibly. Here's my thing. My only thing is that the only thing I'd argue is that it would almost make sense for him to even say like, I'm going to go kill Mance. Maybe he was trying to kill Mance, but it would almost even make sense for him to tell, like, if he tells Sam, I'm going to kill Mance, and then people are like, where's Jon? And Sam goes, he's going to kill Mance, versus him being like, I'm going to go negotiate with them when he's already been with the wildlings. And Sam turns around and says, Jon's going to negotiate with the wildlings. They'd be like, he's a fucking wildling. We're not taking, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's safer to say, I'm going on a solo mission to go take this guy out, and then maybe approach. Maybe he did grab the sword. I really like that one. That was the only part that's a little blurry for me, was like when that was all going down, because obviously it's Stannis coming in. I saw them all like reach. So I was like, maybe he's trying to kill him, but why would he? Like, you're not in a situation really where you could, but
well, I think he knew he might not make it out alive.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's a bold move to be like, I'll pull a sword with 5 other guys. You might not even get there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure he did something that caused them to all react. But again, you still could be right. There could have been that could have been just to see how people would react. I don't know. He could have just been there to negotiate. But regardless, Stannis showed up. So what are your thoughts on that whole situation and how that might affect things going forward? Yeah,
it's interesting to me that Stannis went north. Was it mentioned that he wanted to go north of the wall first?
Well, it was mentioned that the Red Woman
battle was
in Davos said we need to stop the White Walkers are coming, basically. Like, this is a much greater threat than the battle for Westeros. And
I feel like he had the right idea, but I feel like he kind of it was like bad timing. Like good timing for the wall, but it's like he kind of arrived there prior to the battle that I think everyone was alluding to, the Red Woman and Davos. But it's not a bad thing because they have them as prisoners.
Oh, why would that be bad timing though? Then,
well, because he's not really I guess actually it would be good timing because it's like
better than after. Like, that's
well, the only thing I'm thinking is like now he has the wildlings captive, and now he could kind of force them to help him fight against, the White Walkers when they approach. Plus, now if he goes to the wall, they're going to be like, oh shit, he has these guys captured. Like, this is the one true king. It was just it was interesting timing. It wasn't the people I was expecting. I thought the White Walkers were gonna end up there. I was very shocked. Like, I was very shocked when it showed just horsemen. I was like, oh shit, well, that's not that's not White Walkers. So for Stannis now, that kind of puts him in a good position because he now kind of has almost a bargaining chip with the wall, being like, I stopped because obviously he realizes that they were trying to attack the wall. Hey, I just saved you guys because you guys don't have the men to fight them off. So it's like at this point, you need to, and plus I'm your king. So, I mean, but the wall's also the forgotten, like they're all like the forgotten people where they probably don't even really like the king that much. They're, you know what I'm saying? They don't get a lot of, like, it's been said before, like the wall at one point was super strong. They had all these men, but it slowly was forgotten about as the threat disappeared. Now all their infrastructure is not as great. They don't have as many men, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, it's like getting Fred breadcrumbs. You'd be like, I don't fucking care what you're going to do for me. Like, you know what I mean?
What do you think's in store for the king of the wildlings and Tormund who's captured?
I think they're given a proposition. I think it's either, look, but I wonder who would take this proposition. I think it's going to be a proposition of you can either assist us in this battle at the north, and maybe perhaps they offer them, like, we'll give you passage, like we'll let you stay south of the wall if you assist us in this fight against the White Walkers, because that's the bigger threat. It's like you could be like, fuck you guys can stay north of the wall or kill them all, but now you're still down. You're down like a lot of a military, where if you keep them and you offer them proposition of, hey, assist us in this battle, you can stay south of the wall, maybe give them a certain region they're allowed to stay. That would give them motivation to fight for you. That gives you more men to fight the White Walkers, thus, helping defeat the threat. The question is, I don't know, Tormund seems more hard-headed, but I almost feel like, I wonder if maybe both of them would turn down a proposition like that. Tormund being too hard-headed, Mance being like, I was a man of the Night Watch, I didn't want to be, now I'm a man of the North, he won't kneel. Or will Mance kind of realize, like, there's no winning this, but Tormund's too hard-headed, because he seemed hard-headed, when Jon talked to him.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out in the next season. But going forward, we also had Cersei kind of really indulge in Jaime. It seems like she's decided that, she spoke back to Tywin and she said, I'm going to be with Jaime, and that rumor's true. And she goes to Jaime and says, I love you, my brother. Yeah. But she's showing dedication to Jaime more so than she did previously when she was like, oh, it took you so long and all that stuff. So now that they're back together, how do you think that dynamic is going to play out going forward, especially now that Jaime is responsible for Tyrion's escape? Do you think that will come up, or do you think that he'll be able to keep that a secret? What's your perspective on the whole thing?
I think we're getting, I always say it, I think we're getting a dynamic shift here where it's like, Jaime was like, oh, I'm so glad to be back. I'm with you, Cersei. She was very cold-hearted. But I think that now Jaime's getting disconnected from her actions. He's kind of like, because love and lust is a powerful thing, right? When you're in the moment and this, that, it's like it clouds your judgment. He had time away. She became very cold-hearted to him, and now she's making decisions. And so, like, that was recent. Like, she was being a dickhead to him. Now he's seeing her make these actions towards Tyrion, who he clearly has Tyrion, who he has a soft spot for. It's family. He even said, like, you don't choose your family. And she's like, yes, I do. He didn't kill our mother because he wanted to, it was disease. There's nothing. Well, it's only as good, like, as quick as you can cut it out, this, that, and the other thing. So it almost seems like even though, like, yeah, they hooked up at that one scene, he seems like his emotional attachment is starting to separate from her a little bit. And he's starting to realize, like, look, you're a little unhinged, you're a little unhinged. Not saying he's sane or stable. I don't think I think that there's going to be further gripes in that relationship between those two. Like, a separation is going to continue to occur, and eventually they're going to, it's going to kind of get split. I mean, she straight up just told her father and his father, I had a child with my brother, which is like something he was refusing to believe.
Right.
And Jamie was like, you told him what? like,
but it doesn't look like he's around to do anything about it anyways now. But we'll get into that.
My only thing with that whole scene is that, you know, she tells him this, and the other thing. She starts kissing him and stuff. And my only argument for Jamie would be like, it's like maybe it was just like a lust thing, like holy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like his mind's still like engaged with her. So he kind of went through with it. But I'm more curious to see the after post nut clarity. Okay,
well, good point. Well, we'll have to see. Well, next we have the situation with Dany and her dragon who burned somebody's child, and they can't even find her dragon, but she locked up the other two, and she was crying about it. What do you think is going to happen there? Do you think her dragons are going to be able to survive in those conditions? Do you think that they won't survive? Do you think she's going to find the new one? There's a lot to think about with all of that going forward. What are your thoughts?
I don't think that she's going to... One, I don't think she'll let them die. The ones in the catacombs, there's no way. I refuse to believe that she'll let them die. That being said, I think obviously her main priority now is to hunt down Drogon because she can't allow Drogon to kill more children, right? The main issue with the main issue with that is that, you know, Drogon did it once, right? And it happened to, you know, this one dude, it's his child, whatever, got burnt, not undermining how important that is. The problem is that if it starts to continuously happen and rumor gets around about like, oh my God, she can't control her dragons, this, you know, now people spin the story. Oh, I heard that the queen of this city, like she lets her dragons kill whoever she wants or lets them kill the poor.
Lets them she ordered her dragon to kill. Yeah,
so
right.
The problem is people run with a narrative. And once that narrative starts to run, it's very hard to stop it. Which people would argue maybe the only way, oh yeah, if that's not true, well, this dragon's bad. You got to kill it. Now what? Now you have to kill your own child, basically.
Right. Do you think if she finds Drogon, she can manage to get him into one of those cells, or
I trust,
because those other dragons seem to be way more submissive than Drogon.
I trust that she'll be able to get him into a cell. I don't believe that it'll be easy, and I don't believe that taming Drogon will be easy. I think that even if she gets him in a cell, he's going to be that one you know, anarchy child that's like refuses to like listen, whatever, is fighting with her back and forth. I still believe that she will eventually get a hold, because the one thing is that even though we knew about the other three dragons, we don't know about the childhood of them. We just know that they had you know, the Targaryens had dragons and they were able to ride them and they rode them into battle and they were super useful.
Did you get his name? He's named after Khal Drogo.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, of course. I got it when they said Drogon. I was like, that has to be a play on, right? But yeah, you know, we never get history on the childhood of the dragons, so I wouldn't assume that they're easy to. I would never assume that they're easy to tame. It just seemed like in the beginning, you know. But you know, like we've said, they're like children. As they start to grow older, they get temperaments and they start to act different, and you know.
And they're also, you know, just like humans and just like other animals, there's submissive and there's dominant and there's alphas and whatnot, and
there's clearly Drogon's clearly
an alpha.
So approach it, which makes sense too. Which I mean, if he ever gets big enough to ride, and if she manages to ride him, I imagine she will ride him. I would be curious to see who rides the other two, though. That would be interesting.
I don't know if anybody could be.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, but hey, look, maybe she, you know, gives somebody permission, tells them, let this person get on to you. You never know.
Yeah, she's a mother, right? You got to assume that she has some sort of.
But that's even if they make it out of their situation alive. With that being said, let's move on to the next situation. We have, you know, we'll talk about all three of these characters because Podrick isn't important enough to bring up for this episode. So Brienne, Arya, and the Hound got together, and there was a little altercation between Brienne and the Hound, and it looked like the Hound was defeated by Brienne, but Brienne couldn't find Arya. So, do you think she's going to continue looking for Arya? Do you think she's going to give up? What are your whole What's your whole thoughts on Brienne's path? And then also, it looks like the Hound is left for dead. Do you think that he is completely dead now? I mean, it doesn't look like he has any chance of making it, but you never know. This is Game of Thrones. And also, what do you think about Arya and her path to Braavos? So kind of Brienne, the Hound, and Arya one by one.
Yeah, I think Brienne's going to continue looking for her. I think that she's too committed to like that idea of I made a oath to Catelyn that I would make you safe, whatever. She's going to refuse to believe what the Hound says, even though there's really not many safe places for them to go. I'm sure she feels that the safe place for her at this point would be under her wing. Mm-hmm. With Podrick. The Hound, that was, he was left for dead. I wouldn't guarantee he's dead. Here's the thing. I don't believe anyone's dead until I see them with their head decapitated a lot of the time, because it's seriously, it was a leg wound, and yeah, he's in a lot of pain and stuff.
Well, Ygritte's head wasn't decapitated.
Ygritte died in Jon's arms, though. She was in his arms. The Hound, she walked away and he was still yelling at her. We could see people, there's a bounty on the Hound's head. There's no telling. And remember too, Podrick was telling Brienne, oh, I did the figure 8 thing you said with the horses. Maybe it was thieves. And she's like, we're 30 miles from. So who knows? Maybe there's people that are in these mountains that are like, wait, this is the Hound. Oh, there's a bounty on his head. We can make some money. You know what I'm saying? And he can't fight. He's crippled basically right now. He's in critical condition. So he might still be alive, and that might be an easy bounty for somebody. Or maybe he is dead and we just don't see him, and that's just how he goes out, which would be kind of
it would be a pretty fitting death for Arya to be able to walk around, walk away that ice cold and
ice cold, take his money from him and leave him.
And he dies that way. It's very well could be possible. I'll have to reveal to you later on whether he was dead or not based off of further information. Let's just say. But it's very possible he could be still alive by the end of this, or he could be very dead. And
then Arya's heading to Braavos. Coin came in handy. That thing's like a golden fucking ticket. That's crazy. It literally bought her passage to Braavos. I imagine she seems now Arya's adapting almost like the characterness of that's not even a word. She seems more.
Who comes from Braavos?
Freaking the man of many faces.
Well,
also her teacher.
Her teacher, the water dancer. Yeah.
So, interesting.
So some badasses come from Braavos.
And she has 2 names to drop. She'd be like, yeah, I was trained by this person. I know this man. If she sees the man of many faces, that's even better for her, because who knows? I don't know. Right now, Arya, it's very interesting because Arya has been brought to many spots believing that I'm going to be safe. And then she gets the cold water of, I'm not going to be safe here because this person's dead that was supposed to protect me.
Right.
And she's now becoming almost like a wanderer and someone of of no home in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's interesting to see because, someone that's rogue is very hard to track, right? She doesn't have one home. So if someone wants to take out Arya, well, it's she's from Winterfell. Okay, well, Winterfell's collapsed. Okay, well, I don't know, because she just jumps down. You could be chasing her you could be like,
good luck.
You could arrive at Braavos, and they're like, yeah, literally, Bran. You arrive at Braavos. Oh, she left for King's Landing 2 weeks ago. You get to King's Landing. She went back to Winterfell 3 weeks ago. It's you know what I'm saying? You're always behind her. You can never catch up, which, and she's a killer. So it means that she's willing to do what she has to do. So I'm interested to see more of her character in these upcoming seasons for sure, because does she become some sort of I don't even know, mercenary or some shit? She's free to roam now, make money, find living. Yeah.
We'll have to see. And then lastly, speaking of someone on their way somewhere else, we have Tyrion, who's been smuggled, but before he was smuggled and helped by Varys, he ended up killing Shay and looks like
possibly killing his father.
I know you said when you saw Ygritte, she was dead. Well, when we saw Tywin, he was like, so
yeah, he pretty much looked dead. It was like I assume Tywin's dead. I'd be very shocked if he's alive.
But we still don't know for sure. I mean, Shay looks dead for sure to me.
I don't think she's coming back.
Yeah, that does. But Tywin, he could be alive. He could be dead. So again, what are your thoughts on Tywin? Do you think he's alive, or do you think he's dead? And then what are your thoughts on where Tyrion is going and how that might play out for his future?
I think he's I think Tywin's dead. I mean, I would say like 85% sure he's dead. I'll give myself a little wiggle room in case some.
Well, what are your thoughts if he is dead? What are your thoughts on his death? I mean, he was a extremely important character introduced in season 2, the very beginning.
That means there's a lot of implications for that. I mean, Tywin
who's going to be the head of the Lannisters now,
right? He's not the head of. Yeah, he's no longer the head of the Lannisters, and it's like,
who does Tommen get counsel from? Like, there's a lot of questions.
I almost said Jeremy. Jaime and Cersei, are gonna obviously know. Here's the thing: Cersei's gonna immediately assume it was Tyrion, but then she's also gonna be like, "How the fuck did Tyrion escape?" Which means that she's gonna look at Jaime, right? Because Jaime's had a soft spot for Tyrion. Clearly, he just argued with her about Tyrion. He wasn't guilty, this and the other thing. Who gives counsel now? Like, he was the most knowledgeable Lannister, and now you have
he was the reason they were like arguably winning the war and remaining in power.
You could argue that out of the Lannister sons, Tyrion's the most intellectual, while Jaime's the most skilled fighter. I mean, in my opinion, Tyrion is the most crafty, most like strategic.
Tyrion's got his father's cleverness. Cersei's got his father's politicalness, and Jaime's got his father's like battle strategy.
Right, and so you lose the jack of all. But
I don't think I don't think any of them have an as good amount as their like. I think they all have those traits from their father.
No, but they don't match it. Yeah, like he was a jack of all trades. He was the jack of all trades plus. Like he was like, he's 200% of what all they have. And so the problem is now you have 2 pieces of him, Cersei and Jaime, but you don't have that like the strategy when it comes to war and stuff like that. It might not like when they're going to battle and stuff, you don't have Tyrion who might be more crafty, might think outside the box, like we should do this. And again, like we said, he's not necessarily matching Tywin, but
he's
lacking that one piece is very crucial. And yeah, he's super crafty. He knows how to work his way around. We've seen him multiple times outplay people like it's chess. I mean, this whole show has been chess, and you just lost a very crucial piece, which is Tyrion. And you can't call him back because Cersei's going to be like, he needs to die. One, if you call him back, he's supposed to be dead. So everyone in King's Landing is going to be like, he was supposed to be sentenced to death. Why is he here? So what are you going to hide him? Even if you could,
he also murdered Shay, and most likely looks like Tywin.
So, and I don't even know where did they say where he was going? I kind of missed that. They didn't mention exactly where he's going, right?
I'm not sure if they mentioned exactly where he's going. Of course, I know where he's going, but we'll play it on the safe side. I don't want to say anything.
I don't know where he could be going. I mean, I assume trying to go somewhere, maybe not allegiant to King's Landing ish. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I assume he couldn't be going anywhere that is like an allegiance with King Landing, because anyone that sees him probably has news of he's supposed to be sentenced to death and would see him and try to turn him in. So I imagine the safest bet would be him to not go somewhere with allegiance. But yeah, and he just solidified his spot as like public enemy number 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just killed. I mean, if he killed Shay and just left, it wouldn't be a big deal. But he killed Tywin. Like,
I mean, it wouldn't be as big a deal
necessarily. Yeah, people would have been like, here's the thing: if he killed Shay, right, and Tywin survived, Tywin would have came back. He probably would have had someone move Shay's body to some other area, and just would have played it off as, oh, she got killed by some murderer or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. He's not as vocal as a character.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right.
You just killed Tywin Lannister. Tywin. Also, the person now that even plays a bigger part, because Stannis just told the Iron Bank about how, you know, like Tywin's on his way out. He's the lead. He's the real power in King's Landing. He got, or Davos said, he got funding because Davos said that the power of King's Landing is Tywin.
Yeah.
And he's on his way out. He's dead. Once they find out, they might be like, yo, fuck it, Stannis. take my check. Take my check. Go. Go. Full force ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's good. We'll have to see. But with that being said, again, if you guys like what you're watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe and stay tuned for more. If you're not already, you can hit that bell notification to be notified the next time. You get that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. And if you want to watch our full-length reaction to this and the next 4 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. Also, if you want to watch our full-length reaction to Season 4 History and Lore, you can check that out on Patreon as well. With that being said, Zay, I know you have a Twitch.
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I do.
No, wait.
It's just your average fan. You can just click that link in the description and playing games like Elden Ring and whatnot. And it was so good to see you guys here. Zay doesn't have a Twitch. I guess
I have a Twitch and a YouTube.
I'm
going to say it officially now because I definitely should have a YouTube by the time this is up. I have a YouTube and a Twitch. It'll be linked down in the description below. Come tune in. My schedule will probably be adjusted by then. I'm thinking my official schedule is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. Give myself a break on Wednesdays because Tuesdays are late nights for us with shows. But with that being said, come tune in, come say hi. No spoilers. Play a variety of games. I like to play a bunch of different games. If you catch us on a night we're playing something like Jackbox and all that stuff, you can interact through the chat. And I'm also doing, if I'm not at my 100 follower goal yet, I'm doing a 100 follower giveaway, 2 $50 Amazon gift cards. So follow, get a chance to enter for that. And with that being said, I got nothing else to say.
$250 gift cards.
Yep, two $2,000 gift cards from us.
All right, yeah. So again, thank you guys for being here. So glad to have you. Oh, actually, we're not done yet. 2 things to bring up. Yes, there's 2 things I need to address with you. Number one, I was going to address this at the end of season 4, episode 7, but I guess since it's the finale here, I'll just address it here. We're past the halfway point. Yeah, we've crossed it. So you have seen.
Was there only 8 seasons?
There's only 8 seasons, yes, and there's only 73 episodes, and we just finished episode 40. So
there's only 33 more episodes. I know it sounds crazy to some people. There's only 33, but we watch like 6 a week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
How crazy is that? Yeah. So we are over the hump, basically, in terms of episodes and seasons.
I'm nervous.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily over the hump of what's good and what's not good.
No, but like, damn.
Just over the hump in terms of time.
We're going into season 5, bro. You know how fast these seasons go because of the amount of episodes we watch? That's crazy.
Yeah. So I am excited to get into the second half of this show with you. But before we end it, I wanted to ask you, now that we're at the end of the season, who are your top 3 most liked characters and your top 3 most disliked characters? We'll start with the ones that you dislike the most. And we'll start with, she's number 1. She's your most disliked out of everybody.
It's really Cersei, Red Woman, and...
What are your thoughts on Ramsay?
Yeah, I still don't like Ramsay. I don't like Ramsay
he's
because
psychotic.
He's just a maniacal fuck. And it's like, I didn't really like Theon initially, but like I guess I'm getting a soft spot for him because I'm like, damn, just let him go, bro. Like just let him just go. Like you're brutalizing him. Favorite 3, Tyrion, Jaime, and Jon. Easily.
Wow. So Jaime moved from your bottom 3 to your favorite 3.
I do like Jaime. Like I just don't like some of the decisions he makes. I like the character though, and sometimes he makes some questionable shit decisions.
You said Jaime, Tyrion, and Jon?
Yeah. I'll say that in order, I'll say Jon, Tyrion, and then Jaime, but Jaime's exchangeable with Arya. I love watching Arya.
Okay, so Jaime / Arya is number 3.
It's like they're interchangeable because like when he makes a dumb decision, I'm like, fuck this guy.
What about the Mountain? Do you hate the Mountain more than Ramsay, or?
I don't really hate him.
No, not hate, but dislike. I mean, would he? I'm just bringing up.
He's just more like to me. Like he's just kind of like a goon to me. Like it's weird. Like he's like a very important character, but like when I see him, it's not like I like resent him in any way.
Well,
Or
what about the
is that the
stories
truth?
about him? I mean, he's a pretty fucking messed up person.
He is a pretty messed up person, but I guess it's like with someone like Cersei, right? Like I watch her have these dialogues with people and like say shit and like, oh, like you fucking like the Mountain is just like kill him, okay, and then like I mean like he was talking shit to the Viper like at the one point I was like
I gotta reiterate he was like that. I don't want to confuse you or anybody else because he very well could be
to
dead.
me he's very middle because it's like yeah he's a bad guy, right? Objectively, like
well I guess let me ask you, what do you think? Do you think he's dead or not dead at this point? Do you think
that's probably a good one to add? I don't think he's dead. I don't think that he'll be the same. I don't know what that fucking means, but he was like he might not be the same. He might come out with 6 arms. He might be fucking 4 arms from fucking Ben 10. I don't know. Like it's like literally he could come out with 4 arms and 2 legs. Or 4 legs. He might be a shriveled. He might be a shriveled old man when he comes out. I'm curious to see because I don't know what Manticore venom, like they don't really specify like what Manticore venom really does to you, or like what the effects are. They kept it really vague.
We'll have to see. Any final thoughts?
Subscribe or follow my Twitch. No, I can't wait for season 5. That's
all right.
Yeah, subscribe to YouTube channel.
All right. Thanks again for being here, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.